Good afternoon and welcome to Pakistan Today News from our New York studio. I'm Chris Taylor. Uncertainty continues to surround potential talks between the United States and Iran as tensions escalate in the strategically vital Strait of Hormuz. U.S. President Donald Trump has suggested that a deal could come quickly, with reports indicating a U.S. delegation led by J.D. Vance may be heading to Islamabad. However, Iran has denied any plans to send negotiators to Pakistan following the recent U.S. seizure of an Iranian-flagged cargo vessel. Diplomatic efforts are ongoing, including outreach by Pakistan's foreign minister aimed at bringing both sides to the table. Tehran maintains it is open to dialogue, but not under pressure, while warning of possible retaliation over recent incidents. Meanwhile, Iran's parliament speaker Mohammad Ghalibaf has rejected negotiations under the shadow of threats, signaling readiness for further escalation if talks fail. For more on the diplomatic developments, we go to our Islamabad correspondent, Sarah William.
Thank you, Chris. Diplomatic activity here in Islamabad has intensified amid reports of a possible U.S. delegation visit. Pakistani officials are actively engaging both Washington and Tehran in an effort to de-escalate tensions and encourage dialogue. However, uncertainty remains high, particularly after Iran's firm denial of sending representatives for talks. Analysts say Pakistan's role as a mediator is critical, but success will depend on whether both sides show flexibility. With tensions rising in the Strait of Hormuz, the stakes for regional stability could not be higher.
Thank you, Sarah. Meanwhile, U.S. President Donald Trump has indicated that the ongoing ceasefire with Iran is set to expire on Wednesday evening, Washington time. The truce, originally scheduled to end on April 21st at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, may see limited room for extension. However, Trump stressed that an extension is highly unlikely if no agreement is reached before the deadline. The development adds further pressure on both sides to secure a deal, as uncertainty grows around the future of negotiations. In a related development, Iran's parliament speaker Mohammad Ghalibaf has reiterated that Tehran will not enter negotiations under what he described as the shadow of threats. He accused Washington of attempting to turn talks into what he called a table of surrender by imposing pressure and allegedly violating the truce. Ghalibaf also hinted that Iran is preparing new military capabilities if negotiations collapse, underscoring a hardening stance amid rising tensions. Elsewhere, the United States is set to host fresh talks between Israel and Lebanon on Thursday, following a fragile U.S.-brokered ceasefire. A U.S. official told AFP that Washington will continue to facilitate direct and good-faith discussions between both sides in an effort to reach a lasting agreement. The move comes as tensions remain high despite the truce, with diplomatic efforts focused on preventing further escalation in the region. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian has emphasized that honoring commitments is essential for meaningful negotiations, pointing to deep-rooted distrust toward the United States. In a statement, he criticized what he described as contradictory and non-constructive signals from Washington, accusing it of seeking Iran's surrender. Pezeshkian reaffirmed that Iran will not bow to pressure, stressing that its foreign policy remains guided by sovereignty and national interests. He also highlighted the importance of keeping the public informed, warning that misinformation and unrealistic promises could undermine trust and hinder progress. In another development, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi has told Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov that U.S. behavior is incompatible with diplomacy. During a phone call, Araghchi criticized what he described as illegal actions and contradictory positions by Washington, raising concerns over the direction of ongoing negotiations. He added that Iran will closely monitor developments and take appropriate decisions to safeguard its national interests and security. And finally, Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko has warned that a war between Iran and the United States would have no winner. Speaking to Russian media, he acknowledged limited progress toward peace in the Middle East, but stressed that the situation remains fragile. Lukashenko emphasized the importance of maintaining the ceasefire, adding that stability depends heavily on decisions by Donald Trump. Meanwhile, leaders from Qatar and Oman have also held talks, reaffirming their commitment to mediation efforts aimed at preventing further conflict and achieving lasting peace. That's all for now. You're watching Pakistan Today News. I'm Chris Taylor.